Okay, so good morning everybody. Here we are on Monday, the 27th of July. And today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to use something high-backed, or you could use the wall if you don't have something that works. But we're going to start off from standing, and it's slightly what you might call bar work. So we're going to start off with our feet hip distance, and just soften our knees. Give your shoulders a wee shuggle. Yeah, you can take that into a body shuggle, and just like throw your hands away a little bit so that you're just releasing any tightness you might be feeling in your arms and your shoulders. Nice. Great, okay. And then from there, let's just inhale, shoulders up to the ears, and then we'll just rotate. So we're rolling the shoulders back and down. And let's involve the body as we do that. So we're going to drop the knees and then rotate, straighten, bend the knees a little bit if we can, and straighten. Lovely, feeling into the crunchy bits, and we'll change that direction. Lovely. Now let's just hug your body. See if you can catch around your shoulder blades, and then you can just round the back a little bit. And then do the opposite movement, opening the chest. And then we'll round, catching the other way. And then just rounding the back a little bit. Chin's moving into chest. And then rounding the other way. Okay, and lovely. Now we're just going to do a little spine warm up. So soften our knees, let the chin drop, and just vertebrae by vertebrae to see if you can round your spine. Just coming down as far as you feel comfortable with. And if you feel a little tightness at any point, just hold it for a moment. Breathe, that's lovely, Richard. Breathe into any area that's kind of resisting. Just take a pause, take a breath in, exhale, soften, and then go a little bit more. Keep your hands soft. Some of you will get your fingertips onto the floor. Keep turning. You can keep your knees bent. Hold that lower position, hold that dangle. Take a few breaths. And then we're breathing in. We're going to come stack back up again. We're using our core, stacking one vertebrae, then the other. Activating the core. And then rolling back up. Lovely, nice. So let's just do that one more time. Just stop wherever you feel is right for you. Bend the knees, soften, draw the belly in and up, let your chin drop. Some people describe it as you make a line with your nose down the center of your body. If you feel any tight bit, just hold it for a moment, wait for the exhalation. Rolling down. If you can, just let your fingers curl on the floor, let yourself hang forward. Taking a few moments, just hanging, let your knees be soft if that's better for you. You can straighten your legs if you want, and then to come up, bend your knees again. Tuck that chin in, restacking the spine, scoop and hollow in your belly. One vertebrae at a time. Coming up. Nice. Okay. And then let's just take our arms, make a big Y shape. And then see if you can yeah, you can bend your elbows. Just bring one hand in front of the other, and then if you can, stretch up to the ceiling. Now, it may be better for you to stretch forward, but if you can, stretch up to the ceiling. And then look up at your hands, pushing up to the ceiling, breathing, breathing. One more breath. And release. Lovely. Okay, so again, take your hands, this time stack them the other way. And just do what feels good for you, because we're looking to get a nice stretch. So don't stretch, don't strain yourself. Straighten the arms as much as you can. You can either have them forward or, if you can, up. And you can have them up with the elbows still bent if that's going to be where your body is. But if you can, straighten, do. And then look up. See your hands reaching the palms of the hands to the ceiling. And if you can, take the fingers back behind you. So you start to take that into a slight back up. And release. Great, okay, lovely. Right, so from there, we're going to, I'm standing on, I've got my left leg against, near something high backed so that I can have my hand on it. Now you can use the wall if that works better for you. So we're going to just have our feet parallel and just bend our knees slightly, and using the support of the chair, bring your foot forward, your right foot forward. And then as you exhale, we're just going to take it out to the side. And then inhale, bring it forward. Exhale, take it out to the side. Keep the legs straight, so we're making an arch with the leg. Keep the shoulders down, and we're going to be working from the core. So we're going to keep that knee straight and rotate. Keep the knee straight and rotate. So you should feel that really strongly in that lower abdomen, shoulders away from the ears. Keep this standing leg slightly bent. That's it. And lovely. And then coming back to stand. So I'm going to turn around to do it on the other side, but if you've got something on both sides, actually that might be better. Never mind, I'll turn around. So we're going to stand now on the right leg. Take that left leg out and bring it forward. Swing it forward and to the side. Forward and to the side. Keep the leg straight and also keep your body straight. So, and soften that right knee. Exhale, inhale forward, exhale back. Inhale forward. See if you can not move your hips, so your hips stay where they are. So you're not moving the hips stay where they are. You should, hopefully you're feeling that in the core. Ah, that's better. Lovely, and then release. Okay, and then just ease out. So we're taking that first, standing on the right, on the left leg, bring our left leg out, standing on the left leg, bring the right leg out to the side, and we'll take it, do the same, bend your left knee, bring that leg forward again, and this time we're just going to lift it up and hold 2, 3, 4, down, back to the side. Forward, up, to bend your knee, Hazel, the standing knee. You get a better glute work. And down to the side. Forward, lift, 2, 3, 4, down to the side. Forward, lift, 2, 3, 4, down to the side. Forward. If you can lift higher, by all means do. 2, 3, 4, 5, and down. Let's do 2 more. 1, 2, keep your shoulders down, away from your ears. Down. And lift, 2, 3, Good, lovely, and then release. Try to have quite a light touch on the wall or the chair, so you're not, if you can not depend on it too much. Okay, let's do that to the other side. So we have got we're standing on our right leg, we're softening the right knee, take the left leg out to the side, forward and up, 2, 3, 4, 5, and down, side, forward, up, 2, 3, 4, down, side, forward, up, 2, 3, 4, down, to the side, forward, up, 2, 3, 4, down, to the side, forward, up, 2, 3, 4, down, to the side, forward, up, 2, 3, 4, down, to the side. Keep your legs straight, 1, 2, and release. Nice, and then just ease out. Okay, are you feeling it in your core? If you are, just go like that so I can tell if you're feeling it. Yeah? Good, good, Richard. Richard's feeling it. Right, so let's now do that backwards. So we're going to stand on the left leg again, bend that left knee, take the right foot out to the side, and we're just going to swing it back and to the side and back. So as we do that, if you can do it without holding, that's even better. So keep your hips in the same position, pointing forward. So you shouldn't be moving at all, only your leg turning, rotate, send that leg behind, send that leg behind, send that leg behind, send that leg behind. One more, keep your standing leg bent. Yeah, slow that down, Kirsten, do it nice and under control. We'll just do the same leg, keep your left leg bent, send the leg behind, and then we're going to lift and hold, 2, 3, 4, down to the side. Send the leg back and lift, 2, 3, 4, down to the side. Back and lift, 2, 3, 4, down to the side. Back, lift, 2, 3, 4, down to the side. Back, lift, 2, 3, 4, down to the side. Back, lift, 2, 3, 4, down to the side. Great. So hopefully what this does, by keeping this standing knee bent, it fires up your butt, so you get that extra benefit from doing it. Right, let's try that to the other side. So we're going to stand on the right leg, soften that right knee, and we're starting off with the left leg out to the side, take the leg back and lift, 2, 3, 4, down to the side. Back, lift, 2, 3, 4, down, back to the side. Back, lift, 2, 3, 4, down to the side. Back, lift, 2, 3, 4, down to the side. And lift, really lift as much as you can. You feel that in your left glute. Keep your right knee slightly bent, down to the side. Lift, keep your leg long, really straight. Back, lift, 2, 3, 4, down. Holding on to the chair if you need it, but if you can manage without, try not to wobble about. Victoria, keep your trunk really secure. Let's do 2 more. 1, up, 2, 3, down, side, back, up, 2, 3, 4, down to the side. Good, lovely, and then ease out. So just move around a little bit. So we're going to now take the feet hip distance again, And you can soften the knees. We're just going to lift up onto our toes. So use the support, but when you're holding onto something, make sure that you're not leaning into it. So you keep on your axis, you lift up and down, up and down. So when you come up onto your feet, try and spread your toes, spread the weight from the ball of the foot right the way across the front of the foot. Coming up, hold, and down. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing, but just soften your knees slightly, and do the same thing, lift up on your heels, and then just see if you can drop down a bit, hold, and drop, lift up, drop, hold, see if you can let go, and down, bend the knees, lift up, hold, drop the knees, and down, lift up, bend the knees, and down, lift up. Really spreading across the front of your foot, and down. Bend the knees, see if you can balance, and down. One more, lifting up, bend your knees, sit down a little bit more, see if you can balance, and down. Good, and then just ease out. It's good not to forget our feet, you know. Right, okay, so let's get our belt now, and I'd like you to just make a little loop with your belt. So we can use our D-string belt, so we've got a little loop. And then we're going to stand on our left leg, just loop the right leg, and then we're going to squeeze the heel in towards your bottom, and then just let that knee move back down towards the floor. If that is easy for you to do, you can let the knee start to go behind you, but without hollowing. Keep the coccyx tucking under, that lower abdomen drawing in towards your spine. So what we're doing is we're looking to get a bit of a stretch through the quad. And it just depends. If you're a cyclist, you know, you're going to find that quad muscle a bit tight. Then you can soften the left knee. If that feels okay for you, you can just lift the knee, keep your hips square to your chair. Breathing. And release. Okay, let's change side. So initially we're trying to get that knee to point down to the floor. You can use your belt around your shoulder to help you, and then if that is okay, you can start to take the knee back behind you. Just soften your front leg. Keep the heel squeezing in towards your buttock. Lovely. Just see if you can bring that knee higher. Shoulders away from the ears. See if you can take the knee further back behind you, so you can lean forward slightly. Great. And release. Lovely. Okay. Now then. So from there, it's going to depend, we're going to do a leg raise, so sideways on. So for some of you, you're going to have to turn your chair around because that's going to be too high. But if you, what we want to be standing on our straight leg and let, so the right leg, let the left leg come up. Now, if that's too high for you, then turn your chair around. How do you know it's too high? If you find that your left hip, you can't roll it down, then you need to lower. Okay, and then just take the back of the hand against the knee, open the chest. Now see if you can stretch your heel away so your toes point up to the ceiling. If you're on a hard chair, you might want to put a blanket or something on it so it doesn't kill you. It can be quite sore, can't it, on the ankle? As much as possible, we want this hip to be above the ankle. Now, lift up that arm, rotate your palm, shoulders down away from the ears. If you can slide down a little bit, so we're doing like a side stretch. Now, as you do that side stretch, at the same time, rotate. So we're looking underneath the armpit, and we're breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. Lovely. See if you can slide down a little bit more. Opening the chest, turning. Lovely, and then coming up. Right, we're going to keep that same leg up and just rotate, if we can, just hop round. So you're now facing forward, so you're facing into your chair. And we want to, as much as possible, have that hip above the ankle, so it's my right hip. And then if we can, take the hands, hook the thumbs, reaching up to the ceiling, take the backs of the hands back if we can, send the fingers up to the ceiling. Your straight leg, see if you can get your toes, the one that's raised, can you get your toes towards your calf, to rock the shoulders, breathing. And then, if you can, come forward. See if there's any forward movement. That's going to increase your stretch along the hamstring. Try and lift your tummy and bring it up and over your thigh. Lovely, and then come back up into our straight position. Keep your leg where it is. So we're standing on our right leg. We're going to take our right hand and just bring it to the other side of your left leg. And we're getting a lift and turn. And then if we can bring that back hand out in front. You may, if you need to, you can use a wall. And then release. And then we'll bring that leg down. Good. So just do what you can, obviously. I'm showing you a bit more of an extreme position. But you just work with the height that works for you. Okay, so we'll change side. So we're going to have our left leg facing the chair, sideways, and we're going to rotate that left hip down towards the floor, sending that left heel away, bringing the left toes towards the front of your calf, and we're rotating, bringing the arm up, and as much as possible just reach up to the ceiling, and if there's any side movement we can slide to the side and rotate to look underneath the armpit. Go forward a bit more if you can. Moving. Keep stretching the hand away. And release. Lovely. Okay, and then we're going to turn, hop around if you can. If you need to come down and go up again, then obviously do that. Make sure that you're safe. So we've got our right leg straight forward, our left foot is pointing straight towards our chair. We're going to hook our thumbs. Now just change the hook, drop the hands so your elbows are bent, and then see if you can get your elbows back behind you, and then begin to lift them up. Taking the backs of the hands back, dropping your shoulders, breathing. So it's quite strong in the upper back. Lovely, Richard, beautiful. Nice, Kirsten, breathing. In through the nose, out through the nose, sending your fingers higher if you can. Take the backs of the hands back, drop your shoulders away from the ears. See if you can stretch through the heel of the right foot, bringing the right toes forward, drop the shoulders, and then we're going to hinge forward. Now for some of you that hinging forward is like one step too far, so in that case just put your hand on your knee and think about just bringing your tummy forward. So don't come forward if it involves a very humpy back. It's better to just stay upright and just think about bringing your tummy forward. Those of you that are able can go more if you get a nice stretch for that. You might feel it in the front of, in the glute, you might feel it up the hamstring. So wherever you've reached, just soften, soften, using the breath. Lovely, and then gently coming up, nice. So coming back up into straight position. So we've got our, we're standing on our left leg, we're taking our left hand to the outside edge of that right leg, rotating. And if we can, bring your arm up. So keep turning from your shoulder. If you can slide a bit further down, then by all means do. And then lifting up from there. Drop the shoulders, beautiful. Just do what you can. You don't have to have your arm slid down, just where it can reach. And get the shoulder round, turn the shoulder round. Lovely, and then release, and then we'll just gently ease out. Give your legs a little shuggle. Good. So hopefully you're feeling that a little bit in your butt as well as your legs. Okay, so we're going to head down to the mat now. I'll just change the angle of the camera. So let's sit on our mat, get ourselves propped up. Have a few blocks or cushions handy in case you need them, and your belt. So we're taking our right knee and we're just going to bend that right knee. So we've got our right leg going out to the side. Now, if you find that if your knee's floating up, you can always pop a cushion under it. Taking our belt loop around your left leg. Take the right hand against that left knee and turn to face your left foot, lifting up. Breathing. So once you've got a nice position with your right hand pushing against your right knee, just helping you to get that rotation this way, so from right hip to left hip. Then swap hands, so we're going to hold the belt with the right hand, and then just keep turning, look over your left shoulder. So turning from the shoulder rather than the hand, don't fling the hand back. Beautiful, get the height, as much height as you can. Breathing, lovely tall spine. And then release. Okay, so we'll change sides. So we're straightening our right leg, just taking the left leg into half lotus, putting any support under the knee that helps. Getting our hook, hooking it around your right leg. Reaching up. Now, take the back of that left hand against that left knee and help you get a lift and begin to rotate over your right foot. So use your hand to help you to get your turn. Breathing. Okay. And then we're going to swap hands, so you're holding your left hand now on your belt and keep turning around to the right. Let your right shoulder come round. So keep really tall in the spine and make the turn happen from that right shoulder, and your hand just comes because your shoulder's going. Don't fling your hand back. Get lovely and tall. And see if you can turn from that left hip bone towards the right hip bone. Send your sit bones down. Keep the height up through your spine. Breathing. And release. Lovely. Okay, so from there, let's just pop back up on our mats, give our legs a little shake. So both legs straight, we're going to bend our right knee again. And this time we're going to take our right hand inside of our left leg and then pushing, keep our left leg firm, our right leg firm. So our right knee's pointing up to the ceiling. And we're going to push the right hand against that right knee, but the right knee resists. And as we do that, we're turning to the left. Get a lovely height. Keep really long in the spine. Beautiful. Nice, Olive, that's lovely. Opening the chest. Get the height. Breathing. Really pushing your hand against your knee to help you turn. Keep a nice straight hand. Trish, try not to bend your fingers back like that. Trish, let your fingers relax. That's it, yeah. Good, and release. Let's try that on the other side. So we're going to straighten our right leg, bending our left knee. Get the height that we need, and we're taking the left hand and pushing against our left knee, but the left knee resists, so we're not moving the knee back. If you find that your knee is already, it's a bit awkward to get it upright, then just take your foot further away so that you can keep your knee pointing to the ceiling, and you can do that kind of position. If you can bring your leg in closer, then great. Now get your height, lift up, and we're turning now to the right. Keep that left leg working. Take your left heel away. Breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. Nice, and then release. So you might notice a difference on each side, which is always just useful information. So we're going to go back to the first side again. And you've got a choice now. You can either repeat what we did on the first side, or I'm going to show you how to intensify it if your body's ready for that. But don't worry if you're not. You still get all the benefit by doing it to your own capacity. So we've got that right knee bent, we're taking the right hand in. So we're just going to repeat that if that was you working quite strongly already. If you want to take it up a level, start to slide down, see if you can catch on the outside edge of your left foot, and then get the turn from there. So it's actually quite harder. You've got to bring that right hip round to the left hip. So you're really rotating your whole trunk. Now, if you are able to catch, then we're going to work the hand back and see if we can catch behind our back. Leaning forward, keep that knee pointing up to the ceiling. I may say you can always use your belt to help extend your hands. Is another way to work with that. Okay, and let's try that to the other side. So we've got the right knee bent. So we're either doing the first level, which is just a lovely turn, pushing against your knee. If you want to intensify it, start to slide down, see if you can get your left hand on the outer edge of your right foot, which is beginning to get your rotation. Now see, already from that, can you rotate the left hip is going towards the right hip, so you're already starting to get that turn. And then if you can, you're catching. Take the back of the head, the back of the hand back, or we can use a belt to catch, and rotating round. It just takes it into a stronger a stronger turn. Breathing. And keep that knee pointing up to the ceiling as much as you can. Lovely. So you want your tummy laying on your thigh and then rotating your tummy over to the right. And release. Ah, nice, Victoria. Lovely. Okay, great. Okay, so from there we're going to head down to the floor. Those of you that find floor lying on the floor in a straight line, make sure you've got your chair ready to put your feet up on. Otherwise, we're going to lay on the floor using something under the head, if that helps you to tuck your shoulders under. We'll have our knees bent initially. Yeah, I think you can do this with, and then we're going to just bring our right foot up. So we can keep the right knee bent, but if you find that it really doesn't affect you to straighten the left leg, then do that. But you may find if you straighten the left leg that you can't get the leg up so high, in which case just keep your knee slightly bent. And then we're going to bring the knee forward, bring the foot over our face as much as we can. I mean, if that's not happening, don't worry, just use your belt to support your leg, so you use the strength in your arm. And then we're going to take that leg over to the right. So if you've got your leg forward, you're bringing it forward as much as you can before you take it over to the right. Now it can be quite useful to have, I mean, I've just moved away from the wall because it was blocking, impeding me, but it can be quite useful if you find yourself into your most open position to have a wall to then rest on, because then you can use the fact that you've got your foot supported on the wall to rotate the opposite hip. So this, in this case, my left hip. So I'm opening my left hip. Don't let your left hip rotate towards the leg that's going to the side. Keep it going the other way. So you feel that openness coming in the front of your pelvis, and then stretch that. If you've got your straight leg, if you've got your left leg straight, stretch your left heel away. Breathing. So you're scooping and hollowing. So it's quite active. We're not just flopping that leg to the side. The pose is active, and there's a little rotation of your right thigh is slightly rolling away. Don't let it rotate into the center. It's rolling the other way, slightly outward. Okay. Keep that leg strong, your left leg. You might feel the stretch in the front of the pelvis. Great, and then release. And we'll bend the knees again. This time we'll take our left leg up. So just hold your left leg where it works in such a way that you can have your legs straight. And if you do that, you want to make sure you're not stressing your arms. So if you just do it in such a way that either you've got your shoulder, you've got your elbow on the floor, in which case you're holding your leg and you're not stressing your arm, or you can have a straight arm. Either one. But those of you that can bring your foot forward, then you can do that. And if you like to straighten out your right leg, so you notice that that has an effect on the stretch up your left leg. So we're letting that right leg lengthen away, and then we're going to keep the right leg stable onto the floor, start to open your left leg out to the side. As we do that, we're rolling that right hip, roll it out to the right so that you're not following your left leg, you're going in the opposite direction. So you get a feeling of opening coming in the front of the pelvis. Keep that right leg really straight. Breathing. Keep trying to drop your leg more, your left leg, bringing it forward and out to the side. So don't just plonk the leg down. If you've got your leg on the floor, you're probably doing it wrong. Unless you're super flexible in your hips. Because usually if you've got your leg on the floor, then you should be working to bring it forward more until you're having to really work to get it down. Breathing. Let's hold for 5 more breaths. Draw your belly in towards your spine. Breathing. Breathing really straight through your right leg. If you can have your right leg bent if that's working better for you. But if you have got your leg straight, just keep working to stretch it away even more, even more. Great, and then release, so bending that knee. Excellent. And release. Okay, so from there, I'll just give you a little tip for that, because if you're able to hold your foot quite near to your foot, then a good tip is to make your loop shorter, so then you can hold your loop. So if you're not quite reaching your foot, rather than just having this kind of hold, if you make your loop, it becomes a better hold really for working in that position. Okay, so from there, let's just get our right ankle in front of our left knee. We're taking our right hand through the gap, and we're just pulling our knee towards us. Now you can do this using your chair. If you've got your chair turned around, you can have your left foot up on the chair. Keeping the hips as square as possible, tucking your shoulders under. Breathing. Okay, and then we'll change legs. So left ankle in front of right knee, take our left hand through the gap, catch around your thigh or your shin. And don't forget, you can always use your belt around the shin to help extend your arms. So we're getting a feeling of moving the navel in the direction of the pubic bone. So we're not rounding, don't over round the back. Try and keep the base of your spine connected to the floor. Moving. Nice, and then release. Okay, and then bringing our knees up, we're going to take them towards the chest and then just roll them over to the left hand side. And we can land on some blocks if that feels good for us. Some of you, or if you're super flexible, you may prefer to have your knees down. But what you want to do is make sure that you don't let your right shoulder follow your knees. We're rotating, keep that right shoulder rolling to the right so it's on the floor. And we're looking for a nice resting position, so we're letting the breath come into the belly as we breathe in. See if you can soften your feet. Even as you're in this position, can you get a feeling of letting go of any holding in the feet? So you just really just let the feet just hang there. Okay, and then let's take that to the other side. So we're going to switch our cushions over to the right, bring our knees up, let our knees go over to the right, keeping our left shoulder down, and just use whatever height works for you. So if you have your knees closer up to your chest, you're going to feel that more in the upper back. And if you find that your upper back isn't really very flexible, it's probably better to have your knees slightly lower so you can keep that shoulder rolling, and then you can then begin to get something happening here. But if you take your knees up too high too quick and then you're turning and then this bit of back is just floating, it's not really working properly. So then if you drop your knees down a little bit, so you can pin the shoulders down. The other thing to notice is if you have your knees more at the hip height and turn them, you're going to feel it more in the hip. So it may be that you want that hip stretch. So it's up to you really to get the position that feels just what your body's asking for. It's a nice opportunity to get that lovely stretch. Bringing out the spine. And a way to know if you've got a good position is if you find it, you just, without thinking about it, you just take a deep breath. And your belly swells and fills on that inhalation. And that's a sign that you're really able to relax into the pose and just let go of any unnecessary holding. Lovely, and then we'll just come briefly into a relaxation position. Use our cushions under our knees. Now, if you know that lying down on your back is not really very nice for you, then you can just pop your feet up onto some support under your calves. If you're okay, then we're just going to let our knees flop to the side, let our toes flop out to the side. We can put a rug over us if we need. Tucking our shoulders under, put something under your head if that helps you. Palms facing up to the ceiling, fingers curled. And just use your breath. Every breath in, just take it to a different part of your body, and as you exhale, let that part of your body sink a little bit more heavily onto your mat. Lovely, and then we're going to take a deep breath. Move our fingers and toes and just have a big stretch. Stretching the arms and legs. Twiddle our toes and fingers. And then to come up, we're going to bring our knees to our chest to roll onto one side. Great. Yeah, take a moment. I know if you want to lie on one side for a bit, good plan. Just as you're ready, we're coming into sitting. Feeling the height through your spine. Feeling the breath, so as we breathe in, we breathe up through the earth, in, up through the spine, out through the crown of the head. Breathing in through the crown of the head, all the way down the spine, and then feeling that breath going out to the earth, and then back up again. So let's just take a few moments to make that sky-earth connection in our own bodies. And then just on the next breath, just take the breath into the heart center. And then just as we exhale, just let us radiate out a bit of love, shall we, into the world. And just do that for a couple more breaths. Lovely, and then bringing our hands together. Lovely tall spine. Thank you.